y'all, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be doing my completion review of the diamond painting of this image here. It's these zebra, well it's one zebra, I was going to say zebras, well there's a zebra in the background. I got the picture from Pixabay, but I got a custom diamond painting done by Coodeals. So they did send me this as a product review, and at the time it was $15.99 in pounds, and that's just the currency they use for the website, and I use that in my journal because conversion charge could change, conversion rates can change, right? So it's a 45 by 60 on when you buy it, but it is 45 by 60 is the canvas size, and it's actually it was 54 by 39, so it seemed like there was about 6 centimeters smaller than so it's by canvas size. So yeah, so this is a full drill with poured glue. This one had 21 colors, considering it's only a black and white image. 21 colors, that's a lot. I got squares. They did have DMCs, and this took me 7 days to complete over a 20 hour and 44 minutes, over 20 hours and 44 minutes. So, I thought the rendering was actually very good. I actually am very happy with how it rendered. Okay, so this one, all the symbols were letters, but some of them were kind of hard to see, because the way this was printed on the canvas is that it looked like it was the original image printed on the canvas, and then the symbols were put on top of it. So what ended up happening is, in the transitions between, like with this being white and black, the transitions between the white color and the black color, so sometimes like the symbols were pretty much either white or black. So sometimes what would happen is, in the ones with the white symbols here, since it was just printed, so the original image was printed and then the symbols were put on top of it, if in the transitions between the white and the black, those were where it was the hardest for the symbols that were white or black, because what would happen is they would try to print the white symbol on the white background, and it was somewhat difficult to see. And the same thing happened for like the symbols that were in black, if it just happened to be in the black section and it was on, so it was mainly the parts that were like white, and then the parts that were black were relatively easy. It was at the edges where it depended on which symbol it was, those were really hard to read. So yeah, if you've been doing squares a lot, those are not usually, they usually don't print the original image on the canvas. It's usually like just this grid of the symbols. So usually when you see it on camera, when you're like opening it up, you're like, oh, you can't tell if it's gonna turn out, because you just see a bunch of grid of symbols. But this one, they printed the picture and then they put the symbols on top of it, which was nice because it didn't have the ugly black outlines that some squares have, but it made some of the symbols in the little edges pretty difficult to read. So I thought the stick was good. The canvas average, there's nothing special about the average. The drills were average. They were acrylic drills, and they were pretty much average of what you would get for square drills, and there was some gapping. So a couple things were a little bit difficult. N and M, which were 3865 and 5200. You normally don't get both of these in a diamond painting because they're pretty much white. One is like a white and one's a little bit more off-white. Like 5200 is a little bit brighter white, and then 3865 is more like a softer white. So like, you know, if you were going to get them in paper, these would be like bright white or something. There were M and N, which it's, when you see them right next to each other, you're like, really? And then normally these are not in the same diamond painting either. They tend not to put both B and 8 in the same diamond painting. So yeah, those were a little bit difficult to figure out. And for And A also kind of looked very similar on the canvas too. Especially since you didn't have the background, like with this being black and white, everything looked like the same background color. So there was no like pop of a color that says, ah, like here, see me. So yeah, so this is also the comment I said, some symbols were hard to see because it was printed over the picture. So yeah, I did not add any ABs or bling this up. With it being a black and white picture, I didn't think I'd be able to put the ABs in there without compromising the actual black and white picture, because with 21 colors and it being black and white, I was kind of afraid if I started putting ABs in there, it might not have the correct outlines in there. So this is just purely exactly how it got charted. So let me show it to you. So here it is. Let me move you up. There. So I have to say, I'm actually very happy with how this turned out. I actually think there's a lot, it's too shiny. I think like in overall, I'm actually pleasantly surprised how this turned out. I actually think I was kind of afraid with this being just kind of all black and white. I was kind of afraid you wouldn't be able to see the transition between this zebra and then the background zebra. But I think it actually looked really good, and you could see the transition in there. And remarkably, even though this is black and white, there are like these are kind of more purple colors and pink colors. I don't know if you could see. So there is like some purple and pink colors and green colors, but it actually looks pretty like decent. So I really am happy with how this got rendered. Like I could see the mouth here. I was kind of afraid I wouldn't be able to see the mouth well, because you know it's very black. But I could see the mouth very well here, and I could even see the eye pretty okay here. And I like that I could see the transition between the two zebras here. So yeah, I'm actually very happy with how this turned out rendering wise. So yeah, I think I might have to do more black and white diamond paintings. I think with it being black and white, it just kind of, it helps that you're not having the weird, like, if you saw my video yesterday, because I kind of know exactly what's in yesterday's video. It had like little pixelations between the colors that were too harsh of a difference, and I just didn't like how it turned out. But with the black and white, it kind of, you don't end up getting something like that happening, because even though there is multiple colors here, like this was not easy. Like this is like way more confetti heavy than you think. The only parts that were color blocked was pretty much this black and some of this white, but a lot of the white is actually not that color blocked. It's mainly just the black. But yeah, otherwise a lot of the white has a little bit of other colors in there to give it the gradient. But yeah, so I really enjoyed doing this because I really actually am happy with the diamond painting. My main thing I kind of did not like is, not sure, let me move you down a little bit, if you'll be able to see it, is there is a good amount of gapping in there. You could especially see it in the black. Yeah, do you see, like, you could see the canvas underneath there. And you know, when there is gapping, there's only really so much you can do. I'm multi-place, so you might not see gapping so much if you don't multi-place, but I'm a multi-placer, and I don't believe in not multi-placing just to... you can't, like, I don't know. I've tried checkerboarding before, and I don't think you get that much better of a result. So that's my main thing. I do see the gapping. It's not horrible gapping, but I can see it, especially in the black, because You could see the canvas beneath. It's the shinier canvas. So, and it's not as actually as noticeable in the white, which I like, because a lot of times gapping is really noticeable in the white, because a lot of diamond paintings have dark grid lines for squares between the drills, and in whites you can really see that black grid line. But since this one did not have the black grid line, it had a really faint grid line, you don't see the gapping in the white, but you can see it in the black more often, just because I could see the canvas. So yeah, and that might be what's preventing me from what do you call that, framing this. And plus I don't have a frame. I have to go buy frames. So right now I'm just going to put this in my portfolio book until I decide A, to frame it, B, actually have a frame, because this is a 40 by 55. I would have to get a 40 by 55, so that would be yeah. I probably just need to buy another 18 by 24 inch frame, which I don't have one. Yeah. No, I don't have one, because my mom took my last one to put something up on her wall. So yeah, I have a lot more stuff on my wall. So until I buy a frame, this will just be in my portfolio book. So also, there was some popping in it, but it's not too bad because of the capping. But it just could be my placement of it. When there's gapping, placement of drills is a little bit more difficult. So if you saw my yesterday's video, I'm gonna do the same thing again. So yeah. But I guess I need more practice in my. Let's try cutting this thing out. So I did just get this cutting board, and thanks to a viewer who told me to go get a rotary cutter, that's what I'm going to use to cut this out, and hopefully cut it close enough. I've very much contemplated cutting off a whole row of drills, but I can't do it. I can't. I've seen someone do it. I'm like, no, you spent so much time diamond painting it. How can you cut off a row of drills? But I feel like I would have less likelihood of having that white border at the edge, but I think I work better using this cutter going down and then up. I felt like I moved the ruler. So that's why I have this. I don't know if I'll be able to put my ruler back and cut the edge again. I felt my ruler move going up, so I don't know. It might be too minuscule. No, I'm not going to be able to get that. So, I need that. So I might need to cut this a little bit. You know what? I'm just realizing I'm using my not sticky scissors. I have some scissors that I use to cut the edges of diamond paintings, and then they become sticky, and I'd rather keep the same scissors be my sticky scissors. Yes, I have sticky scissors and my not sticky scissors. Hey, so let's try. I am actually having a lot of fun with the rotary cutter. Yeah, I just have to hold down on my ruler so that it doesn't shift, and I'll have a better cut. So yeah, I do read your comments. And I think this one, I'm not sure. Your name on there says Edward, so thank you to Edward, or whoever's using Edward's YouTube or account to leave comments, because telling me to go try out the rotary cutter, and I finally did. I think I think the comment was like a month ago. So it does take me a little bit to try it out. But I think I am liking the rotary cutter. It's much faster. Okay, just remember, safety. Close the rotary cutter. Don't be like me and possibly cut yourself. So saving the legend for futureness in case the drills pop off, which is a possibility. Or I just noticed that I missed something. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not the drills popping off, it's just I missed something. Because I work on big sections, so I think when you work on big sections, it's really easy to miss something. And I do put this up to the light after I'm finished. But, you know, you still miss things. It just happens. So, put my legend there, and at some point, my picture will be there once I print it. Okay, so going to put some tape on this. I'm actually contemplating getting the bigger mat, but I don't see myself cutting it that long at a time. Because, yeah, my arm doesn't reach that long. But I actually kind of like this because right now I'm having a problem where, because on the table I diamond paint on, I'm finding that sometimes some canvases are slippery on my table, and when I work on it, and usually I'm not a hard presser, but if I need to shift a drill because it's slightly off, I'm one of those people who press it hard and just kind of like shove it. And then I've had my diamond painting move, and then I ended up shoving like 3 other drills in over, and I'm like, oh man. And so I'm thinking, is this gonna be like a more not slippery surface than just the surface of my table, and so that a canvas won't slip so much on it? I'm thinking of getting the big one and moving this to my diamond painting table, and then putting the big one underneath my picture, because I actually have, this is just a cloth, and here this is just a tablecloth, and if I put my mat under my tablecloth and have the massive one, main thing is, does it make loud sound? Plug your ears in case you're one of those who doesn't like the loud sound. Yeah, no, that might make, see this, yeah, sorry. I'm just trying to see if it'll make a loud sound. See, I only think about doing these while I'm on camera, so I have a cloth under here, so when I plunk my scissors down, it doesn't make such a loud sound. And actually, that's not too bad either. I've tried it on my table, and it makes a really loud sound, so that's why I actually have, if I plunk my scissors down on my table, it makes a really loud sound. So, yeah. This one might not make such a loud sound if I put this underneath my cloth, if I buy the big one. In case, you know, I ever do a massive diamond painting. Because I've done some massive diamond paintings. It's not my typical diamond painting, but I have done a massive one. So this was like a 39. So, oops. Yes, the piece of paper moves. So if it was 39, so 1, 2, 3, that's 3, and then 1, 2, 3. So there's it's 3 tick marks from 1. So the 3 tick marks from 1. There. That's in the middle. And then there's 1 inch. So there's the middle. So now I don't have to like eyeball it and ponder the meaning of life. I could just use my ruler, right? And you might not actually see everything because it's not on camera. I could move you up a little bit. But yeah. I do like the canvas is actually, it actually laid flat pretty well, so. Not as stiff as the canvas that I had yesterday's video. But yeah, no, I've been on a square kick, so I actually did this diamond painting immediately after the previous videos diamond paintings, so they were done one after the other because they were finish number 14 and finish number 15. So yeah, I kind of went on a square kick, and then suddenly after this, I went and did a whole bunch of small ones. So there you go. There is the diamond painting here. I'm gonna move this a little bit up so I could show you my portfolio book, and now my portfolio book is going to be full. This is the last picture that will fit in here, and normally I do put the landscape pictures this way for my where I'm pretty sure I put it this way on my book where the door, the cover is on that side. So you'll see it upside down here. Okay, so my last one. I'm gonna have to get my next one because now this one's full. So yeah, there it is. In my portfolio book there. So that is all for today. So thank you for watching and happy diamond painting. Bye.